Banter fam, guys, what an incredible pump. But I'm here to say that it is time to take profits. Ha! Come on, baby. Yes, bulls are back. I'm joking, guys. You know what? Incredible pump shows you again how fast this market's going to wake up. And I truly believe this is the start of the biggest pump we've seen in the last couple of years. And I want to make sure that we are prepared for this. In today's show, I want to speak about some brand new entries. I want to speak about how rallies we are going to go parabolic and the quick pullback sideways and then explode again. I want to show you the technique that you use to buy now. Let's say you're sitting on some cash, and I also want to show a little bit of some take profit strategies. But guys, look at the great news we have here. We have Bitcoin dominance breaking a beautiful trend. Now what I see over the next couple of hours is a fast pullback. I do. But after that, boom, explosion. So there is fresh entries incoming very soon right now. Okay, and it is exciting. We are now seeing the rally, and I want to welcome Ethereum to the party. Welcome, Ethereum. I knew you could do this. I knew you had this in you, right? Welcome. But look at all of these altcoins looking shiny and beautiful. But I'm here to say that we are about to go full bull, right? But we are going to be level-headed. Again, I'm going to show you where to buy, what's the correct buy zones, what's the techniques to be using right now, and how to use the best damn pump of our lives. Because again, look how fast things wake up. Yes, it's quite cute when it comes to the high time frames. Look at that. We've only just begun. We've only just broken trend. We've only just started, right? So if you like these games over here, this is nice, okay, but the real pump is about to happen. The real move, what we had now was a break of structure. We had a break of resistance, a short squeeze, but what you're going to see next is retail come flying through the door and FOMO. This is where things are going to get overpriced incredibly quickly, where every altcoin, everything you touch is going to fly. But I want us to stay level-headed and know how to trade this market. So guys, do me a favor, hit the like button if you are in this market right now and you're ready to ride the best damn ride with me, or whatever the journey, right? I just want to know that you're all in. I'm going to be here every day. More streams, more trades, more everything. But just give me your all. Give me all, stay focused, and let's change our damn lives. So happy Friday to you all. I have not had a trading day like today in the last 3 months. Feels good. Feels weird. I'm wasting time. Let's go.
I try and help everyone in my space, and this is what I get. I try and fight the devils, but inside I'm just like 𝗧𝗍𝗨𝗕. Welcome to Sheldon Show.
That's a fam. What's happening? Brand channel, hit the subscribe button. Welcome to the most bullish person on Banter, right? I will die a bull. I love being a bull, and there's a reason why I'm a bull, right? We go through the hard times, sure, but we catch the damn bull, right? We catch the rallies. We catch every bull market you've seen, right? We are in. We fight hard when the market's going down. We barely survive, but when the markets go up, we outperform anyone. And I want to welcome you to the family here today, and I want to say what's up to the community. What's up, Jimmies? I see Jimmies everywhere. What's up to everyone? Yes, someone asked, do I have the tinglies? I do have the tinglies. I think we all have the tinglies right now. And I think we also all sit here and say, like, what now? What now, right? Let's go through a couple of things quickly. Let's go through what the hell has just happened, right? A very, very, very strong pump within altcoins. Right, a big wake up. Welcome, Ethereum. Ethereum had a strong rally, tagged close to 2,500. I'm pretty sure we have said that word 20, 30 times in the last 3 weeks, that ETH's going to get ready to go to 24, 2,500 at any point. And we've seen that, right? We've seen a couple of altcoins really start to shine. Specifically, a couple of the meme coins are waking up very much as well. And it's just showing you right now that the market is ready to just take risk again. Right, the market is ready to diversify. And this is all coming because we have a nice, strong Bitcoin dominance rejection. And it just showed yet again that Bitcoin did very well when the markets were pulling down over the last couple of weeks, couple of months, to hold big supports, right? And the moment that Bitcoin just cracked the 100K, I think that's what everyone was waiting for, right? The moment we just cracked the 100K, released the damn altcoins, right? And all of a sudden, you just started to see altcoins rally up. Now, Naz is saying there that retail is buying. Sure, there is a lot of people that are FOMOing in today, but the real retail rally has not really started, right? The real one comes on the next pump, because that is how late retail actually are to the party, right? What you're going to get now is at any point you're going to get a shakeout now, and it's going to give you very important entries before the next massive wave of retail are coming in. Retail actually come incredibly late. Right now, you have a couple of retail people coming through the doors, yes. But when you rarely see the explosion, is the next move, right? You see the next rally to the upside. That is where, what do I have on my beard here? There we go. The next rally to the upside is where you're going to see thousands and thousands and thousands and millions of people come flying within crypto. And this is where the real money is to be made. So today I want to present the new opportunities. But again, this is quite amazing, right? To see that this move here on Bitcoin dominance, right, has resulted in this. Okay. But now this is obviously, if you look at this over here, you will see that we have this over here on the 4 hour. And if you zoom out, you will see that that's it over there on the daily, right? And you zoom out and you see that's it on the weekly, right? Now, again, I want to just remind you that we fight very hard within Friday Magic Pod. That's a good one. Good job, Connor. Okay, so, but what I want to remind you again that we are here to literally trade for this, right? So if you liked seeing this over here, which is one little red candle over here, right? You really understand what a real alt season is, right? And guys, we are at any point now, this could have literally been the top, right? And we got to treat it like this. We literally have to, because if ETH starts breaking 2.5 and goes to 3K, and Solana gets back into the 200s, people are going to come into the market for altcoins, right? And not only are you going to have altcoins explode, Bitcoin's going to still rally. Bitcoin's going to still look to go to the 140s, 150s, to the higher levels, right? But altcoins are going to join the party this time. The market is now getting to that point where it's ready to give money to the market and give a lot of it. And what that's going to cause is it's going to cause a market filled with drunk people. And then when we really drunk and hammered, right, is the way I call it, okay, they're going to rug the entire market and we're going to go into bear market, right? So if we go now into full bull and full alt season and full all these type of rallies, we got a couple of months to really make a lot of life-changing money. We got a couple of months to do incredible things, okay? And then we do have to understand that the last part of a bull market is alt season. That's the final phase. Right? The first one is to get Bitcoin to the strong territories. And it used to be ETH and these ones, but mainly Bitcoin to the areas. Then we get into the second phase, which is the altcoins. Okay. And when that happens, you basically create so much liquidity for any whales, for anyone to exit, because you have millions and millions and millions of retail coming in and buying within the tops. So guys, this is still one of my predictions because I always have a plan. Now, again, I'm going to teach you guys every day that we're going to look at both scenarios. We're going to look at a little bit more bear, a little bit more this, how to protect yourself, put stops, all these type of things. But I always have a plan, right? And this is the plan that I'm trading to. This is how I am planning for the alt season, okay? Is we have now broken important structures on the dominance. And I only but think, and I'll show you here on the short time frame here, I think we're going to go up for about 8 hours now. And then I think we're going to have another leg. Okay, I don't think the altcoins are going to pull back much. However, they're going to have these quick little pullbacks. They're going to come straight into support zones, and that's the ones we got to buy. After that, don't be surprised if you look at your damn altcoin charts, and this just goes into this phase. And I want to show you, this is what the phase looks like. So let's quickly educate ourselves here. You see here, right? So we're going to go, this is very similar to what we have just done, right? You have this very strong altcoin rally. Then what you have is the first immediate reaction. Okay, where basically from there we get to a certain point of a bit of resistance and market chops. Now, again, a lot of people that FOMO in here get kind of killed from this little chop over here, right? This little zone here. Then what happens is the first dump is always the biggest one. So guys, this is so important. I want to educate you right now so that I can fly through charts, but we all have a full understanding. We are now going into this territory, right? Fast. Pullbacks are small, quick, and the pumps are just incredibly strong, right? And all this does is get people to FOMO in, FOMO in, FOMO in, FOMO in. So the way the pattern looks like this is we basically have this rally of multiple green candles that just make its way up. And the 4 hour time frame is what I'm using here. Baked will flip. But I see there's a bunch of baked armies here. Is it baked moving or what? So I'll have a look. Okay. But once we have the strong rally up, then you get a rejection like we're seeing right now. Tiny rejection, right? But it goes like this. Boom. Then price goes up, goes sideways, and then goes to the next rally up. This is the one we want to really buy. This is the one we want to add to our positions. okay, you are going to see this multiple times. We rally up, first dump is the strongest. Then we go up, make a flag, break the flag, and release, right? And you could see here throughout a lot, you'll see it so many times. First dump's the strongest, make the flag. Once we break through the flag, we go. So the key here now is to get these when you want to open some fresh positions, especially when it's leveraged. There is nothing wrong. So what I even did was I'm busy backtesting a indicator at the moment, right? And I took profits on this over here. So I took 6,000. I think I was down to $6,700 on the BTC account, and now I'm sitting close to I'm on 18,600, right? So I 3x from yesterday. That was very good. And the indicator here told me, hey, TP, right? And I had Solana. So let's just go here to Sol over here, and it was an 8-hour chart that was trading. There we go. The indicator told me TP over here, boom. And why I'm basically doing that is because I caught the really good trade. I made some money. And again, this is just my small leverage accounts. My long term and my spot is printing. Thank goodness, right? That is where the big trades, even here, these are going, right? I'm printing here. I'm on a 176% here, 113 and a 288% on Ethereum. I say that with such a big smile. I'm so happy Ethereum's back against. People have hated this thing. I'm so happy it's back in action again, right? But nonetheless, I just want to go back over here now. Where is this over here? Is the indicator basically told me over here, but I also know that I have to kind of get back in this position pretty quickly, okay? Which means that any alt that's now ripped off now, at some points on some leverage trades, because again, what I'm doing with that money now is I'm actually banking some profits. What I've realized that I'm going to do a little bit different this cycle is I'm going to just fill a cash bag, right? And it may be like 10% of profits or 15% of profits. And I'm only allowed to deploy this when I go here to the Banter bubbles, okay? And I see a very big on the, the 2-day, okay? I see a 20-30% red day. Okay, so all that I'm going to do is just along this whole, as I'm trading in and out, and some I'm trading for longer, some I'm trading for shorter, these type of things. But any kind of profits that I bank, just 10% into cash. And that's mainly for the big multiple events that come every couple of weeks when you go into bull markets, right? Because to take you back over here, to show you a few things, you do have these little multiples that come during these bull rallies to the upside, right? Here is a perfect example, right? Look how altcoins basically went, boom, went, right? So I want to have some cash for this over here. So again, all I'm doing now is slightly just playing with my strategies a little bit. Again, I'm saying, okay, any bit of cash now, 10%. Then going back to where I was saying now, let's go back over here now. Okay, I got to have a technique and know what I'm doing. So as we break through an ITP now, remember what I said, that the alts were going down like this, and now it started breaking up and then went parabolic, right? But what this basically means that it's done now is it has broken resistances, right? All of these are resistances, and these are now new floors. So when I'm on this side over here, I'm focusing on a little bit of profit taking. And again, the only thing I'm really taking profits on right now is higher leverage trades, right? Because I want to build some cash. I want to build my positions bigger. So every time I buy, I can have a little bit bigger size and I can have cash and these type of things. My spots, long terms, and my lower leverages, those things are swinging, right? But if we look at this over here, this is where I'm tipping a little bit. But if you want to start a trade or you want to add to your trade, all I'm waiting for is the shake into support, the sideways, and the rally. And again, I will buy a decent amount on the retest, and I will buy the rest on a trend break. So the only tools you really need right now in this market, okay, is you need to know resistances, which means you just need to know what resistance and support is, these sideways things over here, these levels, and know that when we break one here and the next top is only over here, price is going to short squeeze. It's going to go very sparse over there. Okay, so I need to know that. Okay, I need to know RSI, I need to know trend lines. That's basically all I need for this entire bull market, and we can print to become millionaires together, right? We don't need to know why Bitcoin was built and who owns Ethereum, and like I don't really care, right? I just need to know how am I trading this, how am I making money? Okay, so again, we rally up, we shoot down. I'm going through this now because when I go through the alt, you must all know. This is where I'm buying, and the trend break is where I'm doing. Now, guys, why will we go a little bit sideways over here? It's just because your RSIs are going to reset at some point. So if you see that when this market is going up and down, the RSIs are going up and down, right? So when the RSI is at the top here, it's very likely you will see this immediate reaction. Let me get rid of this one over here. There we go. You will see this one over here that will basically, the first reaction drop. And what that does is it gets the RSI to start coming down a bit. But this won't take it to the bottom straight away. So what happens is the market goes sideways. And in that sideways time over there, RSI goes down to the bottom. And then as the RSI is ready, it breaks the trend and then price starts moving up again. Okay, but the best buy is the first buy, because the second one over here is going to be higher than this one. Okay, it's going to be a higher low. It's just going to go sideways and build a bull flag, and then we're going to rally up. And you could see this so beautifully when you go back to any of the altcoins, for instance. Let's go back to ETH over here. You know, because you got it now. Remember, I told you got to update your software, right? We are now in a different market, right? And here we go. So again, what did I say? We rally up, first immediate reaction, sideways, break a trend, explosion, right? And you will see this play out multiple times as we start going through. So I want to keep teaching you the techniques so that you can understand exactly what we are looking for over here. Okay, guys, now, are we ready for some damn altcoin calls, right? Are we ready to get into the altcoin market? So remember, I'm giving away 3 Bitfunded accounts. I'm giving away Sniper Club. You want Sniper Club today? Get the likes up, get them to 1,000. Because again, one thing to say about me is we went through a very hard 3 months together, but I've been consistently bullish, right? I've been consistently bullish and consistently saying, guys, fight for the bigger picture, bigger picture, bigger picture. We are doing something. The entries we're getting now are so small to where we're going in the next 2 years, right? Things are big here. Just survive, 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 and let's rally through. Okay, so let's jump straight into it. This is my play on Bitcoin now. We are going to have a short-term pullback. This is how I am trading it, right? Short-term pullback. Now, the first things you quickly look at is why did price accelerate so quickly? Because it broke this level, which was this high over here. You see it? Then we broke to the next one. Okay, and then we ended up at this area over here. We actually never hit the full tops over here. So what this is saying for me is this is not a real rejection. This is not a we reject and go all the way down now, right? Reason being is there's zero resistance where we're really at right now. There's no major resistance. The big resistance is up there. So it gives me a good idea of where Bitcoin's going to go next after this pullback, right? After this retest. Bitcoin's then going to 107,000. Imagine the excitement that then comes over there. Which means, if we go look at altcoins now, okay, this is what it looks like on alts. Alts did this now, and this was what we saw, right? But what's exciting about this now is if we look at this now, the next part where altcoins go, okay, is they go straight to the top, the major top here. So the same pump size you just saw now, there's another one incoming, okay? And it's going to come pretty soon. Right. And when you zoom out to the weekly, what that's going to look like on the weekly chart, because remember, the weekly is just showing you one green candle here, but it shows us that by the end of this weekend to the end of next week, altcoins could be back over here. And this is very close to us going into altcoin all-time high territories. So the goal here is if you look at really who made a lot of money when it came to the last cycle, right, which was the 21 cycle, was these guys over here. Right, they basically got price to shoot up and then went through that little bearish stage. And the moment that we broke all-time highs, right, that was where a lot of the money was made. And then there was a secondary run that happened a couple of months or so later. But the best entries you got were the ones that was before we approached all-time highs. Okay, and the second one was when we broke all-time highs. We are now here. Right? Because that's where we are. We still got to make our way to all-time highs. Once we're at all-time highs, that's when things really get interesting and go crazy. And that's when they're going to destroy everyone and go into bear a little bit later on. Okay. So again, when it comes to that now, the next wave is going to be probably bigger than the one we just saw. So this is how your entries are going to look. There are 2 zones here on Bitcoin. Right. The first one over here is this 101. And we got basically the 100,000, 99,000. Type of level. The way I'm going to do this, because I love it when this market goes back into moving territories, because what that allows us to do now is to actually trade, well, to focus on a little bit of lower time frames as well, right? So what that means now is this is where my hot zone is, but you see my RSI. So this is important, guys, very important here. You see where the 4-hour RSI is sitting. It's at the top there, right? So what that means now, again, is at any point now, I think Bitcoin's going to have this little shakeout. It's going to shake out anywhere now between this area of this basically late 99,000s to the 101. Shake out, sideways, go. Right? That is the play over there. Okay, now if I go through, and again, if you look at alts, this is what it looks like on altcoins. Altcoins just broke. You see this RSI here. You mustn't ignore it, guys. I know like everyone wants to FOMO now to small pullback, but just don't ignore it either. Know that this at some point has to come down here, and then we're going to go again. Right? We're going to move again. And remember, timing is a lot more important right now. Buying more alts last, don't worry, you got more. Don't live. I actually thought about it this morning when I was driving in my car. I'm like, how do you want to live in life? Do you want to look forward and go on the road, or are you going to keep staring at the damn rearview mirror? Right? Who gives a crap what you did in your past? Who cares about what happened the last 3 months? Who cares? You're here today. You're here today. New entries are here. Let's go. Right? So here, this is what I see on alts. And this is going to result, where we're at right now, in a good, probably 5%, 6% pullback on a couple of alts from where we are right now. But this is where we want to buy it. We want to buy it on, we just broke out all these areas over here on the left. We just broke through the resistances. Now let's turn it into support. Where we stopped is in no man's land. That's why for me, this is not a real rejection. It's not something that's going to take us down over here. This is straight into the pocket and then the big run. Plus, guys, we are going to make our way to this area next. After this, I'm going to struggle to give you entries, right? When we're here, then we're going to be like, hey, we got to hold our wins, right? There's not much entries right now. And you're going to wait for a few days, wait for the market to shake out, and then we go. But we're going to approach that zone. Guys, we break through this zone on the next pump up. It's humongous. And you know why I'm thinking that it can be a very high possibility? Because if Bitcoin breaks all-time highs on the next pump up, Bitcoin is not far, guys. Bitcoin is now sitting at 6% from all-time highs. Incredible, right? If the next pump breaks it, we're going to $130,000 to $140,000. We might go in a damn straight line, right? So this is vital over here. To not FOMO in right now, to know that we're going to pull back into the zone over here. The first pullback is going to be the stronger one. Then it's going to go sideways for a little bit, and then we're going to launch. So I'm personally going to buy, set some limit orders to buy some of the pullback, and the rest I'm going to buy on a trend line. Maria, nice to see you. Nice to see you. You're doing good. We're doing good. I want to know, what altcoins are you buying? I want to see what you're DJing into there. Okay, so here's the buys on ETH, guys. I think it's a no-brainer right now. Can we all agree that ETH bullish as hell? So let's get some new ETH positions, right? This is the area of where I see ETH dropping to. I see ETH dropping to the 2.2, and I even see it going slightly to the 2.1. That for me is the buy zone on ETH. After that, I see ETH getting ready to go to $3,000. Okay, so great area over here on ETH. Again, don't be surprised that, let's say, we tank now in the next 4 hours or the next 8 hours. We have a sharp thing, and don't be surprised the market just goes sideways for a little bit. In that time, though, a couple of other coins will pop and all these type of things. Just keep to the recipe, guys. Keep to the recipe. Okay, so there is my buy zones over there. 2.1 to 2.2 over there when it comes to ETH. When you look at things like Doge, right? Now, Doge is doing very good. Okay, but it's still just fighting this resistance over here, and it didn't break through this one. It's at support right now, but I don't know if this is full support just yet. So for now, I'm preparing for this, and that, right? There's your Doges. You look at Ondo. That's what I see happening on Ondo. So guys, it's not a big pullback, right? But it's the one for us to load up, because again, this percentage difference over here, right? It shows you that now the percentages have risen. Right, things have now risen to a whole nother level when it comes to volatility and these type of things over here. But that's the one I want to buy on Ondo over there. You look at GRT. You look at this. Sheldon, how are you getting these levels? Just look at the levels we just broke out, right? And again, I want to speak to you. Look at this. Do you see how when we were in this phase over here on Cardano, do you see how we had all of these previous highs everywhere over here? Look at after this high here. Show me where the next high is. Up here. So where the hell's the next pump going, right? Big pump. So Cardano is a token I'm really paying attention to. I'm very happy I got an entry over here. There's my ADA entry. I'm still sitting on a bit of cash though, so I need to deploy some more moolah into the market. But if you look at Cardano, this is what I'm seeing here. Drop off here into these over here, so the 75 to the 77 sort of mark, and from there Boom. At any point now, I won't be surprised we're sitting at $1, $1.10 very quickly. But it just shows you there's not much resistance after this. This was a very big breakout that we had in the last 24 hours. But now I'm here to tell you that you just entered the race. The race ain't going to end tomorrow now. Hey, this is a race for the next, couple of months. So let's go. Keep the timing right. Keep the head leveled. Keep these things going here. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the bull party. Here is NEAR protocol. NEAR protocol to jump around the 2.7, 2.75. Great pump from NEAR, by the way. And the next pump is to 3.7. It gives you a good idea of the size of the pump that's coming next, right? A strong one over there as well. SOL, guys, is a token that is lagging. I look at this. And I look at a few things. I obviously look at where money is kind of moving right now. But the second thing that I look at is like, what's lagging, right? What's lagging? What's behind? What? And high quality tokens that are behind. Okay. And Solana's one of them. SOL is a token. Where is SOL? Yeah, am I blind? There, 8%. 8%, like small, right? So SOL is a token I really want to pay attention to in the next pullback. The next one is ALGO. ALGO, huge runner. That's one I want to pay attention to. We got Injective over there, right? Fetch token. You could see here that there's a couple of behind. They are not going to be behind for much longer. They kick in next. Every couple of days, what you're now going to see is new altcoins are going to rise. They're all going to run, but they're going to pop every second, third day. They are going to pop. Right. And this is where I was saying yesterday that, and I think this was the breakout I said yesterday, I said, guys, put the trends in, right? We break this thing, we're going to go, right? We're going to rally very quick. And look at that. The moment it broke, this has entered the party. So again, SOL, I'm really focused on entries on SOL. I'm hoping, okay, because it's showing us that this was a support. I'm hoping I get this at the 155, but it's very likely between the 157, this type of area is where I'm going to get it. But the next pump, easily to $220. Right? So SOL is one that I am really, really, really excited to get. Sonic is waking up, guys. Sonic just put in its first major high over there. So Sonic, I'm going to catch anywhere here in the areas of the 50, 60, 57 as the first entry. Remember, guys, it will dump, it will go sideways, and it will go up. This is where you need to put in a trend line. I'm not going to be with you on the weekend. I'm going on forest walks with my kids. I'm going to go be a dad for the weekend. But when I come on Monday, I'm going to be a foaming, savage trader, right? I'm coming to crazy. But for the weekend, I got to go be dad, right? So I'm not with you on the weekend. However, if Bitcoin breaks all-time high, I'm with you on the weekend. I'll just have my kids with me in my lap and we'll make a plan, okay? But nonetheless, over here, the first buy, just buy something, 30%, 40%, sweet. The next one, trend break. Make sure you catch that over there, trend break, and from there, rocket ships. Okay, let's keep going. ALGO, guys. Some alts, guys, if your altcoin does not pull back, just wait. Move on to the next shiny object, right? Trade the ones that are in zones and are hot. Look at this over here. So ALGO, if I look at the areas that had it just broken out, that's very likely where we can pull back to. And there's a little bit of these highs over here, just lower over here too. So same thing with ALGO. ALGO is one that I'm really paying attention to on this next one. Pull back into this zone. And then I think ALGO is going to the tops here, which means ALGO is going to 30 cents, right? Which is a nice area over here. Now, guys, this is obviously short term. I want to quickly zoom out over here and just show you guys long term, because don't get it wrong. When I say I'm maybe going to TP or I'm rebuying and stuff, just know what you're buying. So know if it's something like longer term money or like, because you have your money, you got $10,000, you say, I want to go this much to grow over the next 2 years. I want to trade this much. I want to do these type of things. Just remember again, high time frame, I will not sell any of these entries, right? ETH has only just begun, right? I'll sell ETH when it's 10K. I'm not touching any sales right now. I'm only but looking at maybe buying some more investment opportunities over here. SOL, all of these ones here, these ones you are going to hold. We have only begun on the high time frames. Short time frame, nothing wrong with moving on. Remember, I told you, you got to be a little bit of a player as a trader. You got to trade the coin, make the money, move on, right? Have a good time, move on, do these type of things. As an investor, you're married, right? You're a little bit more married for the longer term. You're still a player because in like 10 months, you're going to leave these investments, okay? But you have a little bit of that longer term relationship. But we're players. In the money game, we're players, right? That's all that we are. We're a bunch of players walking around, just moving around from dirty altcoin to dirty altcoin and just, you know, making the money and moving on. Over here. So again, high time frame, keep that in mind over there. Let's go through some more over here. Say, so again, these type of alts here, guys, it's very clear where this will pull back to. Pull back into these zones here. Why? Because these are the zones that we have just broken the tops. You see that? Boom. That's where we go. Next pump, huge, right? We start rallying up extremely high over there. So it's so nice to see how everything, like there's AVAX. So these pullbacks are not going to be big, right? But it's way better than FOMOing at the tops. We don't want to get into this habit of FOMOing into the tops over here. Okay, guys, before I jump on, Manny, can we have, let's do, how's our likes looking?
We're at 760.
Okay, we get to 1,000. I'll do some giveaways. And then secondly, I'll do a couple of community tokens. So give me your tokens. Tell me on the 𝗬𝗚𝗊𝗬𝗍, short time frame, medium time frame, high time frame. Give me your tokens and I'll chart a bunch for you now. Before we jump into that, guys, if you don't have an exchange account, I have a couple of incredible partners here. The first one is Albank. Okay, 0% maker fees. Right, this plays a big role if you're going to be trading very often over here as well. And we've got very cool sign-up bonuses. You deposit $100, you get $10. Deposit 1,000, you get 50. Right, all extra cash to help you trading. Okay, over here as well. And they have trading bonuses. Okay, your fees also reduce as you level up more you trade well. So big shout out to Albank. Link is below here in the description. If you're looking for a great exchange, there's one over there. The next one is BTC.C. I'm going to take one more trade on Sol, and then I'm distributing money to you guys. Okay. So I'm going to give away profits that I make over here to anyone that has used and is deposited to any of my BTC.C links, right, from the community over here. By next week, I'm telling you, I'm giving away thousands of dollars, right? Here as well, you get a 10% bonus on anything above $500. So you put $100,000 in, you get $10,000 in trading bonuses. Over here, and yes, so you can go through over there. So shout out to those two major exchanges over there as well. And let's jump into some community tokens, Maddie. 𝗬𝗏 medium. Okay. Let's go. Okay. So medium, when we speak about medium time frame, then I will use things like 4-hour, 8-hour, 12-hour, right? Get a little bit of that view. So the first thing we can obviously see here is a nice head and shoulders, so bullish pattern. The next thing we could see here too is you could see that there's a big short squeeze incoming pretty soon. This is resistance. Okay, we just popped our head through, means the wall's gone, but are we going to retest a little bit lower? So if we do what I think the market's going to do, we'll come down over here quickly, sideways, and then we're going. Where H-bar goes next is up to the 29 cents. So it gives you a good idea of how big the pump that happens next. Okay, it gives you a good idea of the buy zones that you want to pay attention to. So 30 cents for me is the medium term play for the targets. Obviously high time frame, we could look at a lot higher. Okay, next one, Matt. Virtual. Okay, virtuals protocol. Okay, very easy. Broke the high, so that's where you want to buy it, right? So that's the areas of the 1.75, 1.85, that sort of zone over there. Where we go next, okay, you got to kind of look at where did we stop. We stopped at this resistance over here. You see this low here, you see the top over there, that's resistance. So the way I see this happening here is this drops through over here, makes its way, does a flag, builds its way up here, and then the pop. And the next pop is to get you anywhere between the 4.4 to the $5 mark, right? So that's it there. This is where the buys are, and this is anywhere where the next pump could lead up going to. Okay, next one, ready? Okay, let's go. Jupiter. Okay, so there is the trend break. These are quite easy as well, the ones that have broken trends. So this is, it's actually not too far from spot as well. Remember, you don't have to chase the exact percentage. So this spot, so it's not far. This thing's like 1% or 2% away from entry zones. Also have in mind, we're still waiting for to see Bitcoin has a pullback, but from there into there. Guys, the next scenario, I also want to just remind you as well. is let's say, okay, so this thing doesn't pull back now, right? Markets from here go here. The same thing will happen. We'll pump, come down, and that's where we'll catch it, right? Right now, that's the play over here with a short-term little pullback over here. Okay, but if it decides to pump more, then let it pump. Let it go to the next resistance. We'll come down to support, and we'll get in again. Okay. Which one was I with the Jupiter? There's Jupiter over there. There's your entries, and your next pump is to 85 to the $1 mark. Nice. Next one, Maddie. Perth. Guys, this indicator is blowing my mind because it called Perth yesterday as well, right? It called everything. It's flipping crazy. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so it still has resistance above it, which means FOMOing it doesn't make sense, and that's where support is. So remember, when it's got resistance, always just pay attention to support. Again, two scenarios here. It might pump, then that's when you're going to catch it, okay? But for now, this is where you want to catch it, right? The previous highs that we just broke through, that's where you're going to catch it. After this, once it gets through this resistance, you could see the next areas 27 cents. So up to a 70% trade here, right? I'm very tame to yesterday. Yeah. Today we got to like focus a little bit more. Yesterday was too hype to say, guys, this shit's real. This pump can be real, and it ended up being real. Today we got to like just zone in a little bit more level-headed, and then I guarantee on Monday I'm coming in hot again with all my energy and rocketing up. But today I just want to teach, make sure we're all aligned, things are flowing. I saw a lot of comments yesterday. People liked the energy back yesterday. Yes. Okay, Maddie, what's the likes on there, sir?
930.
Let's give away two Bitfunded. Guys, again, you want to do leverage trading? I would get a Bitfunded account, go below, and sign up for Bitfunded. Where is Bitfunded here, Matt? Have we got it?
I'll throw it in there now.
Okay, every day I want a Bitfunded link in here, please. So open up a Bitfunded account. This is it here. You pay $79. You trade through two stages. The stage of 8% and 5%. And after that, you trade with $5,000. Right, so it's one of the best ways to learn how to leverage trade. Let's give away two of them. Who am I giving to? Bitfunded technique. Yes, Uncle Monet, you get a Bitfunded. Below in the description, you will find an email address. Giveaways. Go there, prove that that's you, and we'll send it through to you. Next one, Matt. Deborah. Matt knows. One male, one female. You know, so please, I'm in desperate need. Deborah, you get a Bitfunded. I wish you the best. Guys, lots of love to you all. I know I'm more calm today, but inside I'm very happy. Let's go. Let's make money. Let's kill it. And I'll see you guys all next week. Just before I jump off over here, sign up. I'm telling you, you're going to regret not signing up for Sniper School. Used any of these links here. It's not going to cost you anything. Sign up to Sniper School. Sniper 2.0 is coming. The next code's going to blow your brains. And it's going to be incredible. Okay. Love you guys lots. See you all next week. Bye.